Only a small percentage of people know this, and that's because all of the most valuable and rarest Hot Wheels that are painted in a signature and very special Spectraflame paint that looks like this are not only found on Hot Wheels Super Treasure Hunt, but can also be found on semi-premium products as well. You won't believe how many ultra-desirable cars are jam-packed into this super fast 14-store Hot Wheels hunting speed run, so make sure that you stick around until the end of this video, and I will also tell you guys the unbelievably lucky story of how I became the first collector to crack open 7 factory sealed boxes to score my 9th Super found out in the wild. Waltzing into Smyths Toys Superstore at 10:30 in the morning, and I'm feeling hyped to get stuck into hundreds of Hot Wheels as I can see a lot of desirable pieces hung up here today. And oh man, from a set of 5 cars first released a few months ago, I can't believe that I'm now scooping up the ultra rare and next to impossible to find out in the wild Spectraflame red version for this Porsche 911R from the Hot Wheels semi-premium set of National Icons. All of my subscribers will remember that I have highlighted this ultra special diecast model car multiple times in my previous uploads, and for real, now that we're physically holding one of these very chaseable secret variations in our hands, the $399 Porsche 911R from National Icons is 15 times better looking in real life. Thankfully, in a double lucky factory sealed box of 10 products, both versions will be included inside, so let's super quickly dig out the regular bright red version so that I can show you guys a nice little side-by-side comparison like this. Unlike a premium Hot Wheels 0 out of 5 chase, these rare semi-premiums have the exact same card art and are both marked as car number 5 out of 5 for the set. They also have the exact same plastic wheels and the same tampo printing as well. The two main differences are the paint finishes, and the Spectraflame version has a more premium black painted metal base, and the regular gloss red version has a black plastic base. Let's also blast through a lightning fast showcase for all of the other 4 awesome cars from National Icons, and although this mix of 5 vehicles is far from perfect, I still think that it's 100% worth picking up a full set, as for sure, there is a lot to enjoy about adding all of these epic Hot Wheels into your personal collection. Back on the hunt, and all of my subscribers will remember that I still haven't found the super clean number 126 Boulevard Silver Mercedes CLK, so hopefully we can get lucky, and for real, if the Spectraflame Porsche was hung up here today, then it's very likely that a very nice fresh restock must have happened here at this Hot Wheels section very recently. It's definitely worth checking through everything, as I know that the toy shop staff low-key have a lot of fun hiding the most sought-after Hot Wheels in random places, but as you guys can see here, it looks like our hard work has paid off big time, as I can now hold up to the camera the most desirable car from this mix of super fun premiums, and oh wow, this Mercedes looks super sweet. For all of the die-hard Hot Wheels fans that wanted to know which were the best mainline basic cars in stock right now, I would have to say that it was these pieces right here, and after checking through absolutely everything, I also found this pair of tuned Liberty Walk Nissan Skylines as well. Very nice. Next up, and it's time to hit the $8.99 5-packs, as there is a newer and hotter multi-pack at the top of every collector's most wanted list, which knocks this awesome pack of 5 Formula 1 race cars from the #1 spot. And now, we're all furiously hunting for the latest Hot Wheels Motor Show multi-pack, which contains the first Ferrari Hot Wheels to feature within a 5-pack in over 10 years. With this said, I know that a lot of collectors will also be hyped to get their hands on this Fast and Furious themed collection of 5 cars, as for real, the S13 Nissan Silvia and the bright green Porsche 911 GT3 RS are both must-own Hot Wheels without question. Let's find out what's hiding behind another Fast and Furious 5-pack, and just like that, boom, jackpot! That really is so super lucky, and wow, the dark red version of the Ferrari SF90 Stradale looks incredible, and the 5-spoke chrome wheels suit this version perfectly. The other 4 cars from this multi-pack are also desperate to be set free from their packaging, with the purple Ford GT being the second best looking car from this set. Very nice to see the prancing horse branding back on a Hot Wheels 5-pack. And now let's bounce, and I'll show you guys what's going down inside of my local Sainsbury's supermarket. And right off the bat, holy smokes, Batman!
Holy haberdashery! Holy popcorn! Holy Koufax! Holy Jack in the Box! Holy ravioli!
This is 110% the most premium fast wagons and the most premium boulevards, and probably the most Hot Wheels premiums that I have ever found all in one place. I own every single one of these cars already, but judging by how minty fresh this shipper is looking right now, I would say that we have a very good chance of finding the Audi RS6 Avant All Black Chase. So let's waste no time and I'll dig out and collect together every single premium Audi so that we can definitively find out if we beat the employee resellers, as I know that all of you guys would agree with me when I say that if a low-life scalper had hit this legendary display, then all of the gold BMWs, all of the white Mercedes, and all of these Audis would not be here right now. Let me know in the comments how many for each product should be found from this legendary premium shipper, as in total I found 6 Audis, and if the all black Chase was missing, then usually you're left with an odd number for the regular version. Oh man, wow, now what did I just walk into? It looks like a nuclear bomb went off in here maybe an hour or so ago, and although this feels like rocking up late to the super treasure hunt party, as all of you guys know that when the Hot Wheels end up in the children's paddling pool just like this, I hope that all of you guys watching right now are also feeling really disappointed like me when you can clearly see that other Hot Wheels fanatics have chosen to act like uncivilized wild animals and treat all of these epic diecast model cars with a total lack of respect. It's also very, very interesting when you find boxes of Hot Wheels looking exactly like this, with certain parts of the box missing, which most likely happened within the stockroom first, as this 100% feels like the work of the toy shop employee resellers having their own super fun Hot Wheels party in the back, before this delivery of hundreds and hundreds of Hot Wheels hit the shop floor. I'm never only hunting just for supers, and in fact, this is the very first time that I found all of these amazing new pieces from a 2025 end case. Never let a ridiculously messy pile of Hot Wheels put you off from digging through everything left behind, as I have a very good feeling that after we're done wading through the chaos, I'm more than certain that we can get our hands on the ultra desirable and brand new casting for the Porsche 911 Cabriolet. The bright pink Dodge Charger is the Hot Wheels that can also be the super treasure hunt for this mix of 72 mainline basic cars if you're lucky enough to find one. To be fair, it looks like all of the most highly sought after pieces have been left behind for us to find here today, so hopefully the good luck, wealth and prosperity will rub off on us after checking out this double lucky Maneki Neko on wheels. Now check this out, because this is for real documented evidence that determination is key, as right at the bottom of this almost fully rated box, hiding right in the corner, I'm double hyped, we can all enjoy the best Hot Wheels that you can pull from a 2025 end case. And seriously, I hope that some better looking, classic and realistic colour variations for this amazing casting are scheduled to be released in the future, as this Hot Wheels is incredible. And lastly, hiding on top of the final box, I did also find a second Porsche 911 Cabriolet. Nice! This store visit goes out to everyone who purchases their Hot Wheels on eBay or similar, and for real, it's so mega important that I highlight the Hot Wheels section that I walked up to inside of this Morrison supermarket, as although these retro and super ancient boxes of the unloved Hot Wheels left behind are far from inspiring compared to the very good time that we just had inside of the previous store visit, this is for real the very first time that I have ever seen all 12 Formula 1 multi-packs placed all together like this. And not only is this just so crazy to witness, but also let this be a massive lesson to everyone watching right now that paid more than the standard retail price to own this 5-pack, as for real, collectively, we all need to completely stop supporting and encouraging the idiot scalper resellers online and just learn to wait patiently, and eventually after the hype train has left the station, you will also be next to walk up to exactly what you're looking for, just chilling on a shelf or hung up in store. Before we bounce, and for everyone who wanted to see which were the very best Hot Wheels left behind from these old school cases of mainlines, there are actually quite a few awesome pieces, as you can see here, with the star of the show and the most surprising find being the black Porsche 911 GT3, which was also nowhere to be seen when it was first released. It's time to blast through the Hot Wheels section once again inside of another double lucky supermarket, and for real, it's always so great to see this many epic premium Hot Wheels still in stock, as I know that all of you guys would agree that this epic yellow Boulevard Datsun wagon and the Fast and Furious white HKS Mazda are two awesome Hot Wheels that are much harder to get your hands on out in the wild. There's no time to feel disappointed about the lack of main lines left behind within this mini dump bin, as I've just spotted these very interesting boxes placed on the top shelf, so I'm going to grab a member of staff and ask very politely if we can take a closer look. Oh man, let's go! Time to work triple quickly, and I can already feel the adrenaline levels rising as we now have 3 fully loaded boxes to dig through. Looks like these Hot Wheels are all from a 2025 L case. Here's a lightning fast showcase for all of the best and most sought after mainline basic cars that I know all of you guys will need to have proudly featuring in your never-ending accumulation of diecast model cars. Time to shift into 6th gear and very quickly check through everything from the top layer, which I must say looks suspiciously sorted through already. You guys can let me know in the comments if you think that this box has already been raided inside of the stockroom first. Let's remove the brown paper middle layer for the second time to reveal another dud McLaren Speedtail and another dud purple Bugatti. For the record, yes, I'm being the good guy and making sure to add plenty of Ferraris to the very sad mini dump bin for the next collectors to find just like this. Time to hit the final box, and thankfully thus far I have managed to dig through every single car undisturbed. And of course, box number 3 is another prime example of when the Hot Wheels have definitely been targeted by a supermarket employee who only cared about themselves. With this said, it's also very surprising that so many awesome Ferraris have been left behind for us to find here today. No doubt, this purple Bugatti was pulled out for closer inspection. The Super and the mainline version for this Hot Wheels both look very similar from a distance and are purposefully slightly difficult to tell apart from each other, which really helps out knowledgeable collectors like you and I to get a better shot of scoring ourselves a Super out in the wild. Big fan of this bright pink Porsche 911 GT3 RS, which is a must-pick-up sports car all day long. And lastly, who knows what's really going on with this box, as in the end, I found 2 dud McLarens and 2 dud Bugattis. Back inside the second Smyths Toys Superstore for today's video, and I'll show you guys all of the best mainline basic cars in just a moment, as I spy a tasty fresh restock, which means that I can now show you the best car from this mix of Fast and Furious Hot Wheels, which is Letty's Nissan 240 SX. Another difficult to track down premium car is this brand new casting for 2025 Koenigsegg CCXR. And for the record, it was Ludacris who drove this hypercar, albeit only as a minor feature. I hope that all of you guys have now added this super cool Forza 4 GT into your collection, as this one is a must pick up for sure. I'm on a mission to finally get my hands on the Mission Impossible BMW from this mix of pop culture, and oh man, Jackpot! Another Hot Wheels that 100% needs to be set free from its plastic bubble prison is this god tier premium BMW M5, as this thing looks incredible. For everyone who doesn't know already, Track Fleet Optimus Prime is back for a second time, which means that everyone who was stupid enough to buy one from eBay is going to feel double bad when they finally bump into one out in the wild like this. And lastly, as promised, let's absolutely smash through every single mainline basic car hung up in store today, and then through the magic of video editing and after 5 minutes or so of my time, here are the 5 best Hot Wheels that everyone should own in their collection without question. Looks like this case was in fact super treasure hunt free, although I'm still very happy that these 3 epic premium cars will be coming home with me today. Get ready and brace yourself as we stroll up to the Hot Wheels table inside of another dedicated toy shop, and immediately these recently opened boxes got me hyped. Here's the best of the best pieces left behind for us to find here today, and although it's highly likely that if this case of much less than 72 mainlines had a Super, then it would be missing for sure. You'll never know unless you check, and as you can see here, looks like someone else had a good time scoring themselves a juicy Honda Super. No time to feel disappointed as a member of staff shows up and tells me that another fresh box is due to hit the shop floor today. And after professionally dialing down my excitement and thanking this toy shop guardian angel profusely, we are now the first collectors lucky enough to crack open this 2025 M case. Straight down to business, and although it didn't take very long to realise that this box was super treasure hunt free, here's a turbocharged showcase for all of the best pieces that can be found within this selection of 72 Hot Wheels. And coming up later on in this video, you guys need to make sure that you stick around, as my search for Honda Civic Spectraflame goodness will 100% become a reality in an epic story that I can't wait to share with you. For the very first time, it gives me great pleasure to finally feature a UK discount store, which for the longest time has never had anything worth showing you until today. Although the range are pushing their luck and asking a slightly disrespectful £1.99 each for one mainline basic car, I know there are a lot of collectors right now who would happily part with that kind of money to become the proud owner for all of these epic diecast model cars right here. Let me know in the comments if you think it's easy or more difficult to find any treasure hunt Hot Wheels out in the wild right now, as I have been noticing that more recently a lot of factory fresh sealed cases have been missing the treasure hunt, as in the past a treasure hunt was almost guaranteed inside of every single box. Still on the hunt for some very nice treasure of my own, and after sorting through everything in stock and left behind here today, looks like we hit the jackpot, as in my opinion this bright orange Honda S800 race car is the best looking treasure hunt Hot Wheels for 2025, and this one will 100% be coming home with me, even though I will have to reluctantly pay $199 for the privilege to add this awesome Honda into my collection. It's now time to get stuck into even more mainlines inside of Smyths Toys number 3 out of 4 store visits in total for today's video. All of you guys would agree that when the very best Hot Wheels are hung up out in front of the pegs just like this, although it's going to be an icy cold day in hell before I hold up to the camera a super treasure hunt from a Smyths Toys Superstore, as the staff are fully locked in on scooping up the hottest Hot Wheels delivered to this dedicated toy shop. However, when finding all of the best cars hung up all together just like this, there is always a small piece of me that low-key keeps my fingers crossed that I'll finally hit Super Treasure Hunt Gold and defy the odds by finding a Super inside of what I know is the biggest organised ring of employee resellers who show no mercy in opening anything Hot Wheels related inside of the stockroom first, before eventually hanging up the scraps for collectors. I mean, sure, it is what it is, right? And perhaps if we had a job working here as well, then we would also be very tempted to do the same. But I know that personally I would also be hiding a few supers here and there, or even surprising someone who was hunting for Hot Wheels with their children and giving them a super surprise to make their day super special. Maybe some of my fellow UK collectors could hit the comment section and tell other collectors about how they found a super treasure hunt inside of Smyths Toys, because after checking maybe close to 10 or just over 10 store locations multiple times, I'm still waiting to share my story with you guys. And after a really good time sorting through and looking at all of the Hot Wheels in stock today, as well as a handful of mainlines, I'm definitely going to grab this premium 2-pack, as this one is on sale right now for just 10 Great British pounds, which is a much more acceptable price to pay for a product that I will 100% be cracking open. Another discount store that sells Hot Wheels here in the UK is Good Old Home Bargains. And although, as always, the standard fully rated leftovers aren't much to get excited about, from where I'm standing, this group of monster trucks is now looking very, very interesting. And that's because I spy the Milk Monster red banner written across the top of the packaging, and not just once, but well, what do we have here? Looks like this monster truck treasure hunt brought a friend. And this is now the very first time that I have ever found 2 treasure hunt monster trucks out in the wild. Although for sure, a lot of collectors skip over this product, I will often buy one if I like the design. And not a lot of collectors will know this, but the original design inspiration for this particular monster truck comes from a first edition Hot Wheels released all the way back in 1998 called the Dairy Delivery, which looks like this. Back to the mainlines, and for your viewing pleasure, here are all of the very best Hot Wheels hung up and left behind here today, including this much smaller Let's Race Monster Dairy Delivery. And if I place both products side by side like this, you can see that the design for these two look very similar. Let me know in the comments if you always pass on Let's Race Hot Wheels and then let's bounce and dive headfirst into a very nice fresh restock, because it's time to get excited when you find this Ferrari F40 just sitting on top of hundreds and hundreds of Hot Wheels. So let's get properly stuck in as we keep finding and pulling out all of these god tier and most wanted pieces that absolutely every collector has at the very top of their most wanted list to find out in the wild, including getting double lucky and finding the second Honda treasure hunt, which is definitely one of the hardest to track down JDM masterpieces that you could possibly find inside of a dedicated toy shop. And after pulling out even more winners, I know that you guys would agree that you're definitely out hunting the right amount if you can find these 4 Hot Wheels still in stock. I'm 100% going to grab this nice little trio right here and leave behind one of the Ferraris for someone else to get excited about. And lastly, after speaking with a member of staff, as always, and with a massive smile on their face, these 2 fully ready boxes were brought out from the stockroom. And although, of course, any supers from boxes that look exactly like this will be missing, I did end up finding another Honda treasure hunt from the first box, as well as these very good looking pieces from box number 2. very nice. Back on the hunt, and after walking up to all of the many fantasy Hot Wheels that wait patiently to be picked up by all of the amazing parents and their children who are happy to take home and play with any Hot Wheels painted in perhaps their favourite colour, luckily for me, I spotted a member of staff restocking the toy section and noticed 2 already opened factory boxes of Hot Wheels, and after offering to restock the pegs, we are now the first collectors who get to check through these 2 2025 end cases. And whilst I pull out all of the greatest and god tier products hiding here today, as we double check for any special treasures, please remember that we are actually now only one more store visit away from finding a top 5 Hot Wheels super treasure hunt, and I'll also show you the largest amount of factory sealed boxes of mainlines that for real is going to completely blow your mind. Before we hit the road, you guys need to rate this nice little setup that I will be leaving behind here today, as the Hot Wheels section is now looking 10 times more exciting, and I really hope that all of these cars hung up just like this makes someone else feel a lot better than when I first showed up. Enjoy, you're welcome. Going from a sad bunch of fantasy cars to living a lot of collectors' real-life fantasy, which is when you casually stroll up to the Hot Wheels and scoop up this incredibly difficult to find Premium Circuit Legends Porsche 911 GT3 R just sitting out in front of the pegs. Another god-tier piece that doesn't stay hung up for long is our good friend, the National Icons Porsche 911 R, which is still very desirable even without the Spectraflame paint. Plenty of Fast and Furious premiums in stock, including the god-tier Koenigsegg and the all-black Rambo Lambo, which is also a brand new casting for 2025, unlike the 240SX, which is a premium Hot Wheels that has been released 3 times in total with chrome wheels, and this matte orange 2021 GR Supra has been released 4 times in total now, albeit with different packaging, but is still the same car inside. Here's a supercharged showcase for all of the very good looking semi-premium cars released within this awesome mix of hybrid vehicles. The McLaren, the BMW, and the black Acura NSX with its Zamac metal base will be the hardest to find in store. And lastly, for everyone who wanted to know which were the best mainline basic Hot Wheels hung up here today, well, that's easy, because it's these 2 bad boys right here. Buckle up and get ready to embark on a truly wild ride as we rock up to another Hot Wheels table situated inside of the Entertainer Toy Shop. And although things are looking pretty stacked here today, with loads of cars to dig through, especially from this recently opened M case, before I blow your mind as promised, let me pull out and show you guys the very best pieces that were hiding here today, which as you can see here, were a lot of the cars that I know have been at the top of every collector's most wanted list when these epic diecast model cars were first released. Of course, you need to have your luck turned all the way up to the maximum if you want to be lucky enough to find any of the Hot Wheels Ferraris, but stick around as I'm about to change that situation in just a moment.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you!
Aye, aye, Captain!
Oh!
Holy welcome to the largest amount of sealed cases that I have ever shown here on my channel at any one time. And for real, this is also the luckiest I have ever been after hundreds and hundreds of store visits, as we are now unbelievably allowed to be the first collectors to look through 7 boxes of Hot Wheels that I was told were from today's delivery and were going to be held back as overflow stock until a few more of the other cars already out on the shop floor have been sold. Now let me tell you this, never in my whole life have I ever felt the pressure to work super fast, and you better believe that the adrenaline levels are now on overdrive as we need to absolutely blast through 7 boxes before another collector shows up. And after showing you guys all of the best pieces from the top layer, it's now time to remove the brown cardboard middle layer from M case number 1 and from the very first box that, for the record, was double taped at the top. Looks like we just hit the Hot Wheels jackpot and pulled the 1973 Honda Civic Custom Super Treasure Hunt from our very first box. And wow, this retro Honda Civic looks incredible. All of my subscribers know that from my previous upload that this is now the second Spectraflame Red Super Treasure Hunt that I found in a row, and including the National Icons Porsche 911R, it feels like I broke my own luck and can't stop finding ultra rare Spectraflame Red treasures that for real will never be listed on eBay and will feature proudly as a prize trophy in my personal collection forever. Let's quickly blast through all of the other god tier mainline basic cars that are included within this 72 count case of epic Hot Wheels, and then move on to the other 6 boxes which I have now opened ready for action, and after quickly peeking inside of these 2 boxes for speed, let's hit these 3 together, rapid fire, in search of hopefully some more juicy Spectraflame treasures, and I'll show you absolutely everything and exactly how many treasure hunts and all of the most desirable pieces that can be found from all 504 Hot Wheels that I'm blitzing through right now. This trio is 2025 L case, which would mean that the super treasure hunt for this box would be the Spectraflame purple 1990s Bugatti, which looks like this. In my personal opinion, I prefer it when Hot Wheels super treasure hunts are highly decorated and have lots of great and fun tampos and look more like the Honda Civic. And for real, after we have blasted through these 7 boxes, I do have a nice little showcase for you guys lined up for the end of this store visit. Looks like it's going to be a rough ride, as 3 boxes hit and 3 dub Bugattis hanging out all together like this looks disappointing to see, but is also not unexpected, as it is 100% the main reason that I'm not comfortable with buying sealed 72 count boxes online, as you could hit 10 or 12 boxes in a row, especially international short card boxes, and never see a super. Sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. I'm always on the hunt, out searching for Hot Wheels as much as I can, and always looking forward to the next time that I'm lucky enough to find a super. Okay, so after showcasing the best and most exciting pieces from the top layers of the boxes that had all of the dud Bugattis, as promised, here's a nice little side-by-side comparison for the Super Treasure Hunt and the regular mainline version for the 1973 Honda Civic Custom for your viewing pleasure. And we can now enjoy all of the differences that can be seen right here between the more commonly found bright red and next to the impossible to find Spectraflame red car, which includes the TH symbol in gold and white. And it's also really cool that the Hot Wheels logo and all of the parts manufacturers on the Super Treasure Hunt version are printed in black and printed in a silver colour on the regular mainline basic car. And for fun, I did take it upon myself to spread some joy amongst the already open boxes placed underneath the Hot Wheels table, and I made sure that I left behind this nice little Ferrari surprise for the next collectors to get excited about, just like this. Enjoy, you're welcome. In full transparency as always, the total cost for the 74 Hot Wheels products added into my collection, which includes 58 mainline basic cars, 2 5-packs, 2 semi-premiums, 6 premiums, 1 premium 2-pack, 1 monster truck, 3 treasure hunt Hot Wheels and 1 Hot Wheels Super Treasure Hunt destroyed my bank account by £189.46, which then divided by 83 individual vehicles averages out to £2.28 per item. The very best part about being a Hot Wheels collector is releasing all of the cars that you purchase with your hard-earned money free from their packaging and then displaying them in pride of place, which is why I've left a very interesting link as a pinned comment and within this video's description as well for some very good looking diecast display options that you should check out for yourself. Much love, and thank you so much to everyone who hit subscribe. You guys did this. Your support pushed this channel to over 10,000 subscribers, and I have no plans to stop making videos anytime soon. There are bigger things coming in the future, so take it easy everyone. I'll see you in the next one, and stay lucky, fellow diecast collector.